Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for Class of '09, Episode 4, Not Your Girlfriend. So we continue talking about this series. We're finally caught up, so reviews will be coming out weekly as the series kind of wraps up the rest of the 4 episodes that are left. This one was directed by Amanda Marsalis, written by Tom Rob Smith, Lauren Wilson, and Ben Wolcott. In Episode 4, at Quantico, the Class of '09 faces the meaning of taking a life. In the present, the agents must thwart a terrorist attack, and to save lives, they must take a life. And in the future, we come face to face with their trauma. So there's a very interesting through line in this episode across all timelines. Let me just bring you up to speed with some of the cast. Brian Tyree Henry portrays Mateo Michaels, who is in the future timeline, the deputy of the chief of the FBI. We have Kate Mara as Ashley Poet, Sepide Murphy as Or Nasari, Brian J. Smith as Lennox, and also highlighting in this episode Brooke Smith as Drew. She is one of the instructors, but we also see her in the past. Actually, this is the first episode that we get a story that's not in our timeline for all the protagonists that we're following. In this one, we see Drew even further back in the past. So I think this fourth episode offers viewers more engagement in this as we explore some more compelling themes. The permanent focus of this episode, or one of them, was the theme of women overcoming some institutional challenges within the FBI. The series just presents all the obstacles that some of these agents have to face in a male-dominated field, shedding light on how some of these decisions and everyone around them affects them. Right? There's specifically with Drew that kind of bookends the episode. So it's really, really interesting to explore that. In addition to all that, the episode also delves into the dynamics of interpersonal relationships within the Class of '09. Right? I think we've been seeing that Lennox and Poet are kind of an item in the present storyline, and the show grapples with what that means as the agents trying to find that balance between their personal lives and the demanding roles in the FBI. So this narrative really portrays all these conflicts and sacrifices that they have to make, and also how each one of the characters approaches those challenges. I also want to really highlight the storyline with Drew, the instructor in the '09 timeline. It really ties everything together, right? We begin with her, and then at the culmination, at the climax of this episode, we end with something with that character as well. I don't want to go too much into spoilers. This show's been building on the tension just from all the previous episodes, the installments, and we finally reach the climax as we have an all-out action sequence, which is really cool. Stunts. We have some big set pieces happening, and the stakes are super high here. And it just, I think it all worked out very well. As I mentioned, we were building up to this, and I'm glad we finally got past it because I want to know the fallout, specifically in the present timeline of what that means. I do want to touch a little bit on the future storyline. It delves a little bit more into how these characters are handling the trauma from a lot of those events, and also from working with each other or against each other in some cases, as in the case of Or and Poet, where the roles really kind of put them up against each other, as we've been experiencing here, and just how all that affects the characters. So, yeah, overall, I really enjoyed this episode. This one probably my favorite because it had a big payoff so far. We don't get a lot, much more of Teo in this one, like not so much more as how he's kind of sliding into this powerful position. But I think that will come as the results of a lot of this stuff that's happening. So very interesting stuff. Really enjoy this episode as well. But if you have seen this one, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. And of course, make sure to come back. We'll keep talking about this for the rest of the season. Stay tuned. Also, we have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, movie reviews. We're reviewing new movies, old movies, all kinds of stuff that I'm watching. So yeah, as always, thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.